Hey! First I'm going to show you that I got dressed up for you. This is my very best shirt. It says, I'd be nicer if you give me chocolate. Ta-da! We got on vacation one time in, I don't know, Big Sur or someplace. It was actually dyed in chocolate. And for the first 2 or 3 washings, you could smell it. Now you can't anymore. Okay, so really the purpose of this video is to tell you about the crock pot thing. I've all my life resisted them, never used them, never liked any single meal that I've ever had out of one. But I thought, you know, for camping that would be so handy, right? You make breakfast and supper at the same time, turn it on, go spend your day, and then come back and dinner be ready. Chili maybe, you know, stew. So my aunt gave us hers. That's too big that, you know, she's trying to get rid of her stuff, her extra stuff anyway. So we said, yeah, we'll take it. So last night I made, if you watch me on Facebook, you know this, I made turkey soup. Not exactly challenging since I make turkey soup all the time. It came out really great. I actually made it a little bit too thick. I was worried about it being watery, so I made it too thick, but it was very good, and I froze 3 jars of it for later, so that was pretty cool. All right, so my aunt says, I tell her about it, how well it came out, thank you for the crock pot, blah, blah. She says, well, you know, I've heard that you can bake cakes in them. So, of course, that got me going. I had to check it out. So I go on the internet, and I found this recipe. It's a crock pot butter cake. How can you go wrong, right? So, here's the recipe and the directions. I did not take any film because I thought surely it would be really complicated. I was wrong. All right, so you're going to cream together half a cube, 1/4 cup of softened butter. Didn't say salted or unsalted. Use what you've got. A 1/2 cup of sugar. Cream those together, mix them till they're really nice and mixed. Then add 1 egg and mix again. In a separate bowl, I used the quart-sized measuring cup, so that because I'm going to pour it into the mixer, so it seemed like a logical thing to do. 1 cup of flour, 1½ teaspoons of baking powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Pretty simple, pretty easy. Mix those together, set them aside. In another measuring cup, you're going to combine 1/4 cup of milk. I think I used 1/2. I don't remember now. And 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. Mix those together. So now you've got 3 things. You've got the mixer, the dry ingredients, and the wet ingredients, right? Right. So you're going to alternate dry and wet. Anybody who bakes very often knows this. And so I just dumped in some flour and dumped in some milk, vanilla, dumped in some flour, dumped in some milk, vanilla. Mixed it all together. Came out really thick, like almost a really soft cookie dough. Not the kind that you could cut out, the kind that you would scoop and, you know, drop. The drop method. Pretty thick dough. So now you take your liner of your crock pot and grease and flour it. Anybody who makes cakes knows how to do that. If you don't know, leave a comment, I'll tell you. And then put your batter into it. It did not really pour. It kind of plopped. And that's okay. You're supposed to cover it with 2 layers of paper towels. I don't use paper towels, so I used a tea towel. And then you cover your crock pot lid, set a little bit of jar, which isn't hard because mine didn't come with a lid. I have to use one from a pan, and it doesn't fit properly anyway, so that was perfect. All right, so now you're going to cook it on high for 2 hours. That is currently happening here. And then set the whole thing, the liner thing, on a cake rack for 10 minutes, and then you remove it from the cake rack and cool the cake on the rack. So I'll let you know how it comes out, maybe even tomorrow. And if the pictures of, I will put up pictures of either success or fail, whatever it is, on Facebook. So I'll let you know how it works out. Thanks. Bye.